Yo, what's happening out there, YouTube? Carlos C&L Small Engine Repair and Lawn Care. Guess what, guys? Got a good one for you today. Me swapping out a Kohler for a Briggs. I'm trying to think of how. Last year I done a Kohler over to a Power Build, and I kept calling it Briggs, and somebody called me on it. Okay, they said, "Hey man, you know, that says Power Build on it." Well, that, you know, what it is Power Built is a knockoff Briggs. It's a MTD engine is what it is, but it's a knockoff Briggs, guys. Now a lot of some of the parts don't fit it exactly, but wow. Anyway, I'm gonna turn this camera around. I'm gonna show you what we're pulling off to what we're putting on. This is cool, man. Hang on a minute. All right, guys, we are taking off this Kohler Courage. She's locked up tight as a drum. What are we putting on? Dun 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 dun. Look at that, boy. Woo! 25 horsepower Briggs and Stratton. This thing should be a beast. No kidding. Now this is a heavy mower. This is a Super 50. White is what it is. There's the hood off of it. Now these tractors are built. They're very heavy duty. This one is old. I think it's an 07. Surprised me the guy wanted to put an engine on it. They brought it to me and I was just like, look man, you know, you're looking over $1,000 to put an engine on this thing. He was like, do it. I'm like, what? They said, do it. I was like, okay. Well, I haven't really looked at the wiring harness a whole big deal on it because I can rewire them anyway. But Briggs & Stratton makes this little thing right here. If you ever run into the problem of having to wire from Kohler to Briggs, here's your little wiring harness. The part number on that thing is right there. 800 286 18. So I should have everything I need to do this. Just real quick, just to show you, I unhooked this right here. I'm going to have to unhook this one up here. I have to get all that off, and this thing is funky dirty. He wants me to pressure wash the deck for him too. Unhook your fuel line, which I think that one may have new fuel line, so I'll probably just unhook her right here. Clamp it off. Drop your exhaust. Drop your PTO on the bottom. And lift this thing off here. The reason I got it jacked up like this is because when I take the engine bolts out of the bottom. And Briggs should have sent me new engine bolts, probably in the bottom of there somewhere. But look at that thing, man. Man, that's a beast. I've got the 25 horsepower commercial turf on my Bradley stand on. But this is gonna be a fun project. I like this is what I like, especially you know guys, I'm a Briggs guy. You know that I love taking these Kohlers off, putting these Briggs back on here. But anyway, guys, I might show you some of this, you know, piece by piece. I know there'll be a lot of editing if I do. I don't know how much time I'll have to do all that, but I'm gonna start ripping this thing apart, and I'll just give you some updates as I go along. Like I said, I've unhooked this wire. I'm gonna unhook. Well, shoot, you can't see it. I'm turned around the other way. But I will video some of this stuff for you guys, man, and give you a little bit more detailed. Like I said, I done one last year, but it was a Power Built. So I'm going to do, and it was just single cylinder. These are your V-twins. Hang loose, man. I'm going to show you something. All right, guys, I'm just going to show you real quick the sequence I use. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this gas. And we're just going to start unhooking the stuff on here. So I'm going to get rid of that. Unhook your gas. Well, anyway, it's kind of hard to do with one hand. But I'm going to unhook the gas. I'm going to unhook all the power from it. I'm going to go ahead and unhook the, this right here, your electrical connector. Which that thing is nasty. Good gosh. Is that thing nasty. But anyway, we're going to get rid of that too. We want to lay this stuff aside. Going to unhook your starter. Right down there. Go ahead and drop your main wire off your starter. Everything else should be plug and play. Now sometimes, and be honest with you, a lot of times you have to drop the deck on these things to have room to work under there. So I'm probably going to go ahead and drop the deck. As soon as I get all that done, I will turn it back on and show you what I've got accomplished so far. Oh, wait a minute. What time is it? Let me see. I was going to tell y'all too what time. Shoot, ain't wearing what. I think it's around 2 o'clock. But I'll give it to you the next time because I want you to see just how long it takes to swap one of these engines out. Be right back. Woo! Alright, folks. About 30 minutes. I got the deck dropped on this thing, which is the easiest one. You pull the pins in the back. Went ahead and dropped the deck on it. Got everything in hook. Now this engine is not ready to go ahead and put the other one on. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to pull this one, and it's easier to get the exhaust and everything off when it is off. Just to be honest. And like I said, I am praying the exhaust should go back on this. What I done was I called power distributors and I give them the numbers off this Kohler. And you can actually go on the website if you're a dealer and go to that, and it'll give you the best engine for that conversion. Like if you want to go from a Kohler to a Briggs, or you want to go from one size Briggs to maybe a bigger one or whatever, it'll give you the best option for that. So this engine's ready to pull. I'm going to pull it off there. And I know this rascal's heavy. But I'm going to put it right here in the floor for now. I'm going to pick it up, turn it up over side down, but I am going to show y'all that just so y'all know that, you know, I ain't no wimp. Don't think that old man's old. If I can get this tripod to cooperate. Yeah, she's heavy, boys. Woo! Look at that mess. I'm gonna turn this thing around. I'm gonna turn this thing around here, man, and show you what we got going on. Alright, look at that. Now I'm going to show you something else I found. There's the PTO off of it. Look at that. You know what's happened to this engine? See all that down there on the deck? That's why he wants the deck pressure washed. It's blowed a rear seal. It's a big engine, guys. No kidding. Not bigger than what you think. I've still got to get the pulley off, which might be a little bit more than what I thought it might be, but then I'm going to get the exhaust off. See these two exhaust bolts? Man, they're a lot easier to get off and on with an impact gun than it is fighting it while it's on there. So I'm going to go ahead and get the briggs and stratton out there too, and then I'll be back. I'll show you something. Well, ain't like I'm going to show you something, man. I'm going to show y'all what I'm working on. How's that? Guys, let me show you what happened here. When I was pulling that pulley off the bottom right there, it would not come. That's why you see the puller there. I did kind of had to map gas it, bend it up a little bit. I'm going to straighten this thing back out, get it back on the machine, clean that deck off right there because I ain't working in that mess if I can help it. And so far we have been into this for about, oh, I don't know, maybe an hour, something like that, I think. Gosh, I'm probably way too close because I can't see. But anyway, yeah, probably about an hour, something like that. So I'm going to do this one right real quick and straighten this up and get it back on there because I had to put map gas. I don't have any torches. I never really needed a torch. Only thing I need, well, yeah, I have needed a torch, but only thing I really usually need is that map gas. It gets stuff plenty hot enough, and you can see that's thin metal. Didn't take long to heat it up, but let me get her straightened out and I'll show you what we got. All right, guys, let me show you something. We got it back. Gosh, that's an ugly picture. Hang on. See if this is any better. Yeah, there we go. Greasy hands, guys. Anyway, we got it on there. Got the exhaust shield bolted down. So there it is sitting on it. And like I said, it's bolted down, and we still have to get under it, put the belt pulleys on it, hook the deck back up. We still got the wiring to do. This is what I wanted to show you. There's a little piece in here. Alright guys, alright, we've got the engine on. 4 bolts in the bottom, just like you took them out. Now those bolts are self-tappers. Now I've seen guys do them with ratchets, okay? I would not want to do that. If you've got an impact gun, use an impact gun. If you've got a drill, a heavy drill, do it with a drill. Just kind of slow your drill down. Don't drill those out, man. Don't do that. But it's best to use an impact gun. Those bolts are self-tappers. Now, this is the part I wanted to show you. See this piece right here? All right, you see this little piece of wire? This will come with new engines, okay? Now, what this does is hold this until you get everything screwed down and mounted. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tighten this one down. Get it in there. Now, I want to show you something, though. That's probably why I left it out. If you notice, see how that little shiny part's on there? If you leave that connected, how easy is this? Now, that should be right where that needs to be, okay? And yes, you have to put your throttle. You have to. This model has a choke separate from the throttle. Okay. So, and I think I've got these on the right side. I think. I hope. Anyway, now all you gotta do is take this, lift this up, pull this out. It's just that little piece right there. Now you should be adjusted. Okay. I mean, you're going to have to play with this thing because these cables stretch and all that. But you are pretty close right there. You want to make sure that these are tight. You want to make sure that these here are tight. You know, they're pretty snugged down. Get them snugged in there. Now, we're going to jump on the wiring next because really what's left on this thing is we got to get underneath it. Okay. The guy wants me to pressure wash the deck. I've got a pressure washer, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to pressure wash the deck for him. One, because the bottom oil seal, what happened on the old Kohler is the bottom seal was bad. You can see in there, that is gone. That's where all the oil, that's why they run it out of oil. The guy said, oh, they must not put no oil in it. Well, if there ain't no oil in one, that means that somewhere along the line that it's leaking or it's burning oil, one or the other. And you can tell by all this in here. See all that? All this, man, is nothing but oil. All over the deck, all over the belts, all over everything is nothing but oil. That's all that is. So, we'll have to pressure wash that. Two, to get one of the bolts out, I didn't mention this when I took it apart. To get one of the bolts out, you see this control arm right here? That's loose. That mounts up underneath, which is no big deal. It's just one bolt comes out of there. We still have to hook the starter up. We got all the wiring to hook back up, but this is one thing I wanted to show you. Now, I may have to change a pin in here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this on this old connector, okay? Let me get down in here. If you notice on the bottom row, there's 3 pins. Then there's a pin right here on this top one, right in the middle. You see that? Okay. On this connector, there is 3 pins on the top and then 1 over here. So, what I've got to do is take and move this wire here, this bottom one, over to that middle right there. If not, it won't charge the battery. Now, this is the problem right now. As of right now, I can't find my pin relocation tool. It's a little pin you slide in there and slips that pin right back out of there. I can't find that. So, I'm not going to do that right now. Until I find that pin connector, I'm not going messing with those connectors and those wires. Guys, you do not want to get the wiring screwed up. Yes, I have a connector here that I could probably use on that thing right here. Let me show you too. Turn around. This, and I think I showed you the part number on this earlier, which is 800-286-1A-A. So, all these pins right here, this would work. All this would connect into that, and I could change that whole wiring harness. I haven't dug into it that deep yet, but I'm getting ready to, because if I have to use this thing instead of doing all that, I think all I have to do, man, is pull those pins, but I'm not sure. I'm going to look and see what we got going on, and I'll get back to you. What's happening, man? Hey, I'm back. Man, I didn't get this thing finished yesterday. I got the engine on it, but I just had so much people coming in here. Then I tried to start it. She wouldn't fire. And took me about 35, 40 minutes just to find the fuse on this old tractor. It was up in the fender well, in the back, underneath the left rear tire. Under the left rear tire. Yeah, left rear tire if you were sitting on the machine. Be the left rear tire up in the frame well, inside the wiring harness. I about never found that thing. I was just like, you gotta be kidding me, where's it at? But I know everybody's just like, okay, yeah. Like I told you guys, this engine is pretty much plug and play. If not, you can order that piece. But just to show you, let me turn it around here. All right, let's see what we got. There you go, guys. There you go, plug and play. Without any complications. Now, that's without any complications. You're probably looking at about 2.5 hours if you know what you're doing. 3.5 to 4 if you don't, honestly. I mean, to take this thing off here and put it back, best thing I can tell you, if you are a dealer and you are going to do this swap from Kohler to Briggs, and call Power Distributors, or even if you're not, they'll still sell it to you, I guess, but or put you in contact with somebody who can. I don't know quite how that works. I've never done it, just not being a dealer, but call them and they will run it through their database. You give them the serial numbers or the model and make number off your mower, off your engine, not your mower, your engine, and they can look up the best direct fit for this thing. Bam. Done. I'm telling you guys. Now there is some differences on this one, but on the choke, apparently I'm going to have to disable the choke on it, which I will have to adjust so that when I throw the throttle wide open, that's going to choke it, because these other ones, this one's got a 2-piece choke. The other one had, the new Briggs has got a 1-piece choke. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video, man. It is still pouring. Looky here. Still pouring the rain out here. Everything is just, look at the front of my shop. Just mud. I've put straw down trying to keep the mud down. It just ain't working. But anyway, I was hoping my buddy would get here before I finish the video, but he might be a while. But I got to get moving. I can't wait on him all day. But anyway, he is like a guru, man. I could not find this fuse, so I called Randy and was like, hey, man, where's this fuse at? He's like, well, it's in the wiring harness somewhere. You know, these old guys always got the, well, no joke, man. I know it's in the wiring harness somewhere. He said, unless they've disabled it, unless somebody has cut it out and just wired it straight. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was hoping that didn't happen, and it didn't. But some of these older tractors, guys, you got to remember, when you got a friend like Randy that's been working on these things for 30 plus, probably 40 years, he has seen all these old tractors. He's been all over them. He's owned his own shop for 30 years. So he's, you know what I'm saying? He knows his stuff on this older stuff. And don't think there's no difference, guys, because there's a difference, man, between this old stuff and the new stuff. But this guy now, instead of that 22 horsepower Courage, he got a 25 horsepower Briggs on this thing, man. This thing is going to rip. I mean, I'm just, see, this is what I like about the small engine repair. I love doing stuff like this, man. I mean, cleaning out carburetors, man, fixing recoil springs, you know, doing deck pulleys and belts and blades and, you know, all that kind of stuff. That goes along with it. But man, my passion, what I love to do the most, no kidding, is to take one of these old machines that will not run, that won't do nothing, and put something new and shiny on them, man, and bring them back. Anyway, until next time, man, like I always end my videos with, no matter what you do, do it for the glory of God or it ain't worth doing. See y'all later. CNL is out.